Welcome to the Armenia campaign for Et Impera 1.2.5. In the last part, we came out here and took the rest of Asia from Pergamon, and Pergamon are no more, but it did come at a bit of a cost. As you can see here, this is what's left of one of my main armies. It's now been reduced to 15 units and it really needs to be rebuilt. I wouldn't mind another, we get another slinger in here. That should then bring up the missile capability of this army. I'm just going to hire you in, and of course we're going to upgrade you because you're going to be around for a long time. It's a little bit unbalanced, but what I will probably do is bring this army across eventually and pass one of these slingers to another army, probably this army. I think, yeah, you need it. So what these two armies need to do is a swap. This army needs the Rhodian mercenary slinger, and then this army can take back a heavy archer into this army, and the cost continues over here. I mean, this army is still 2 units short, and if I come in here you will see that I can't recruit any more of these chosen swordsmen. It says you've already recruited the maximum number of units, so we need some more infantry into this army. We've got some Galatian swordsmen here. Looks like if I got reforms, some of these pictures seem to have changed. Or is it just my imagination? Galatian levies. I don't recall having any reforms, because I'm sure these were blue. Oh, maybe these are Galatian warriors. So we've got Galatian swordsmen and Galatian warriors. These have got more morale. What I'm looking for is assault troops. I don't need any more spearmen because this is effectively a siege army. You've got that capability. I don't want any more cav in here. I think what we're going to do is, you've actually got more morale and you're quite cheap, so we're going to get a couple of these in. These will be the expendable forces for this army, and this army really needs to come down this way as well. I brought this army is back up to strength, so trouble is some of these areas are very low on food supplies. Oh no, you're not too bad, so you can come back to here. Now this army really needs mounted horse archers, and I think we can recruit them over here, can't we? Yep. So what we're going to do is send you in this direction so that you can get some mounted horse archers in here. I am starting to think about maybe having a cav army, but it probably would be this army, but I don't really want to throw the units away, and we've got no more spare armies because I've got this army over here. What I could do is, once this army is ready to go, it could come take units off of this army, and then this army can then be restructured as a cavalry army, unless of course we get an Imperium increase, and then that will solve all the problems anyway. I think I've moved all the armies around. Now the next thing I want to talk about is a growing problem I've got here. As you can see, I've only got 4 complete provinces and I've got 6 incomplete provinces, and I really need to start tidying these provinces up. And Marder, I mean it's easy to say, well, they've only got 1 region missing, but when you've got lots of incomplete provinces, one, it's reducing the efficiency of your overall economy, and 2, whenever you've got a region that belongs to another faction, if I come in here, you will see that you can get quite strong cultural influences here, which is always going to give you a bit of a problem with public order. And Galatia and Cappadonian Seed. So that's the one there. Asia, so we got here. Can I tax you now? Yeah, we can tax you. Get a bit more income coming in. And what do we want here? I don't really need a supply pit because there's no benefits to that. We're building that up. Let's see what we got here. So if we come this way, this will give me wealth and income, public order, banditry, plus 4 rank dignitaries on recruitment. That could be useful. What else have we got here? I mean, I wouldn't mind money. I mean, this is a better combination. I mean, it consumes more food. I think maybe we need an Eastern Governor's Palace over here, because this will give me both banditry reduction, money, and public order, where these are a little bit more specialized. I think maybe having an Eastern Governor's Palace in most of my provincial capitals will make a difference. Now, well, we'll just skip down to here. And this has got to be the big prize. This is the problem area. So I'm afraid Sinope is the next target on my list, because I need to get this here and complete. And we certainly want Nicodemia here. Looks very much like, is that Rome, or was this? Those the Macedonian usurpers. It looks like the Adrastians are getting quite badly weakened over here. So, but I certainly want Nicodemia in Sinope, and that's where we're heading at the moment. Now, Mesopotamia is a real basket case. I mean, it's stable, but you can see we're losing a little bit of public order at the moment. Really need to get down and take Hatra, and of course, eventually we're going to have to come down here and take these regions from the Parthia. So they're all owned by separate factions, which makes it quite difficult to take over. But you can see here, the Hellenic culture is 28. So we're quite actually, so we're not actually improving or actually decreasing. But because we were not the majority culture, I come into here. Yeah, so if you've got a faction with bigoting, that can really build up over time. So this is something you need to be aware of. If you get lots and lots of provinces which are incomplete or have a major you have a major cultural influence, like this one again. See, we're only 3%. We're sharing this province with all these different cultures. That what adds up for the bigots, and it's something you do need to be aware of. I think that's about all we can do for this turn. I'm not expecting to get into a battle this time. The other possible problem I've got is supply. Yeah, we're losing a -11 due to this army here. Hopefully they will move off. And again, this is something you need to be aware of, is your supply systems, because once your supply stores disappear, this is losing -13, because this area doesn't really have that much doesn't have a building. It's only got a base of 15, which is actually less than the army. So an army in here is always going to be draining the food out. Now, when you're in an area like this where all the regions are fairly close together, it's not that big a problem, because what you can do is keep moving the armies between regions and allow the weaker ones to recover. But if you get up to large areas like over here with very big provinces, which are also often in cold areas or desert areas, the supply system can become a little bit of a problem. And that's the reason why, if you're going to attack out through here, you really need to build a grain pit here. Because what that will do is actually put your army on a supply system. And if you're not supply, see, this army at the moment is actually foraging, but is he actually draining the local resources? No, you can see here, because we've got a base of 15 and buildings of 20, that which is coming from this area here. And yeah, can't remember. The supply system is a little bit of a nightmare, but this army can quite happily sit there. But eventually, when we push out this way, we're certainly going to need that supply pit to get things done. I think we've done enough, and I've rambled on long enough, so let's just get an intern done. Okay, political intrigue, consequences of return accompanied with increased public order for your provinces. You've got desertion in Edessa. Mission issued. Raid the settlement route following to the Seleucid. Yeah. Am I actually losing from the garrison here? Yeah, I mean, that could have been due to so am I actually losing? I mean, it could have been due to unseasonal conditions of population surplus in Syria. So let's have a look here. Well, we can certainly unpop that. And how's we've got a sanitation problem here with squalor. So, I mean, does this give me squalor? All regions in this province. So I think if we go that way, that will give us a little bit of food, and then we can actually work on sanitation here, because that is actually could be a potential issue in the long term. Construction reports. Right. So we got an animal breeder in Pergamon, Eastern Library, marble trader in Ephesus. So let's get over here. Certainly want to take that up because I want the ability to recruit horse archers here. In fact, I'll probably keep this army in this area for the moment until that. What I'll probably do is keep this army in this area until such time as I can get the horse archers, and then maybe we can start to put a stronger horse archer contingent in this army. So yeah, I think that might work. And we've also got marble. Is it marble here? Okay, we don't have enough money for all that. I've blown all my cash. Wow. And that means I'm not going to be able to recruit the horse archers for this army, but I'm going to bring it out here anyway, because that means that this army won't be draining the supplies in this area. So we probably won't be able to recruit. Now we can only get Armenian skirmisher cavalry here, so we'll have to wait for the next turn. You're ready to go, but you're draining the food from here, aren't you? Yeah, -9, so I think we're going to send you over to here. Actually, what I think what I'm going to do is, how far can you move? You can move to there. You can move to about here. Just move you back all the way here. Now can you get up here and we do the exchange? Yes, we can. I'm going to give you that one. We give you the armored archers. I think this unit could be a waste in this army. I do like paired units. So maybe we'll just do that one swap. This balances these out a little bit. You get... Okay. Okay. And I think that's all we can do this turn. So we're just going to go end turn. Okay. We got civilian development, civil development. I think we're going to stick with civilian development for the moment. Quran, hidden agent exposed. I've forgotten completely all about my agents. Motivated population in Patava. Population surplus in Marda. Wow, great. This is exactly what I'm looking for. I'm only going to go for there because what I want to do is get to an Eastern Library, because we certainly need to work on the Empire maintenance. Now we've got this army here. Charge bonus. I think we're just going to get a couple of armored archers in here. That should keep this army up strength, and if it stays here for a little while, it'll be able to replenish. Now, where's the army?
We fight for you, my lord. At your command.
Need to send this army back this way. I think we're just going to leave the army in here for one turn. I mean, we're in the winter cycle.
Your next command, my lord.
How's the... Yeah, -41. So next turn, this area will be out of supplies. So we're going to have to try and keep an army out of here for the moment. Bring you down to here. I don't think anyone can get near us. I think what we'll probably do is swap these two armies round, bring this army up to here, and he can camp in this area for the moment, ready for when we attack Nicodemia. And hopefully this area here. What can you recruit here?
Ready for orders.
What? Ah. You need 5 more turns for that. We can make some more money here with marble, but have a look at... You're happily here.
My lord.
You're up to strength. Bring you closer in.
At once.
with the garrison here. Yeah, so that gives me an option here. I'm a bit worried about these two hanging around, but at the same time, if they're hanging around here, we could swoop in and take it, because Silope is definitely my next target. Got an agent there. Where's my other agent? You're still hanging around here.
Treading softly.
Very tempted actually to. Trouble is, if I take Nicodemia, I'll then have to defend it, and this is one of the problems you get when you're expanding onto a frontier like Ephesus here. Until this is fully built up and recovered, it's always going to be exposed to the random naval attacks. I'm happy. And what we got here, Thessa's back positive again. I'm quite happy just to leave this army here. Yeah, I think we'll go one more turn, bring this army back to here. Quick skate through. Coron, where are you? You're here. And if I take this up, it's going to give me 3 food. Mandatory. A little bit more wealth. Build up this garrison here. Maybe we'll get a little bit bigger bang per buck. Syria is good. We don't really need food at the moment. You're good. Asia. Let's have a look at the marble. This will take me to 300. This will take me to 1250. So I think we're going to go the route of the sculptor. I think that will give me a bit more income compared to the lifting the settlement. I think that's all we can do this turn. So we're just gonna, oh, no, got a little bit of cash left over, so maybe we need to use the new wife here. I think maybe you need to go to Parthia. Can we give you anything? Give you +1 cunning and some authority and gravitas, and we'll give you some more cunning as well. This is where she ends up dying or something silly like that. Right, we've got Koran here. This is general from another faction. I mean, gives me 5% income, but you've got plenty of morale. I think what we're going to do is make Gatekeep go economic. Give me a bit more empire maintenance.
Your command, my lord.
Not exactly too sure which is the better of the two armies, to be honest.
Command. We fight for
Actually,
you,
let's
my
just
lord. On the move, my lord.
View him and take him back.
At once, my lord.
That gives me 2 heavy archers, 2 mercenary slingers, and quite an imposing front line.
At your command. March.
Maybe we'll give you a couple of these as well.
Make haste, men.
This brings this army up to 18. This is going to be a defensive army, so your job is just literally to stand and grind away. So we're just going to go for an end turn. So what we got here, I could never say that word. Yeah, I think we're going to go for that. Well, cavalry recruits are better trained. Increase in rank. Nation exposed, another child has died. And we've now completed another research. Philosophy 2. Which means we are now up to here. And that gives us another -3 empire maintenance. I need now to come back this way a little bit. That could be useful. Engineering, wealth from industry or regions, population growth, provincial capital, minor settlement, chain construction times, all regions. I think that could be useful as well. Just check the military. Recruitment for costs for all units are army upkeep costs. Replenishment rates for armies. I'm not sure what we get for tier 3. Oh, we get these unique units, military units, don't we? Okay. To get there, we got to get through here. Fence ballet, that actually increases income. That's a military academy. What am I on about? There it is there. I think we're going to go with that to get the higher infantry quarters so that we can get this here. And we can get this unit in here. I mean, a couple of these, there's bound to be a restriction on how many we can recruit, but a couple of these in the siege army, I can then pass out those units to another armies as well. I'm going to bring you back over here. So you can just look a little bit frightening there. Now, we've got these two armies coming this way. What we're going to do is I'm going to bring you to about here. How far can you get back? You can get back to here. And you should still be able to replenish. And what I wouldn't mind is to bring this army back here. I think you're just, oops, you're just annoying me, so just level you up. I know there's no real benefit to that, but it just annoys me having those odd kind of upgrades. Let's do them all while I'm thinking about it. And construction complete. Nomad camps down in here. And what we actually need here is put this in. Quanop. That will fix this sanitation issue, and I think eventually it builds up to, yeah, we get more growth, a bit more public order and more growth in that area. And we've got 8,000 to spend. And I don't want to spend any more money on recruitment. We don't need a temple here. We're okay for food just at the moment. Although we're maybe taking food up here in one place is, if there's anything better. I mean, okay, pal. I certainly would like to take that up. That would give me another 0.5% off Empire maintenance, and we can convert that to, I think we're still going to keep this in here for the moment until we've got all the regions, and I think we're going to pump that just to try and keep this counter cultural influences in here. Quite surprisingly, this public order is holding up very well. I think that's all we can do this turn, so I'm just going to go for an end turn. Skills. Who are you? You're Simbat. Now, you are. You're one of my assault armies, and you've already contributing a little bit of Empire maintenance. Not worried about slave unrest. Anything here? I think we're going to keep pumping in the campaign movement range for the moment, because once we get away from this immediate area where all the regions are close together, campaign movement range is going to have quite a big effect. I'm just going to go for another intern. Oops, I should have done a diplomatic mission. Okay, rampant piracy. Well, I mean, truthfully, this doesn't make that much difference, but so we're just agent exposed, action destroyed, the Helvetii, action rises, the Nori Confederation. So we didn't actually finish anything. Germanic reforms. I'm not sure. I mean, I've got no idea when the Armenian reforms come in. I mean, as far as I know, we haven't reformed yet.
Ready for battle.
Right, you can actually swing in here and attack. So what we're going to do is just move you forward a little bit. You can come in here.
At your command.
I think I would like to go one more turn of refurbishment here. I'm going to bring you around to about here.
Advance. You have further
So
orders?
Sinope is actually split their armies again.
We fight for you, my lord.
You can just how's the food supplies here? Yeah, you've got 4 and they're here at the moment. Food supplies are probably draining here. Yeah, minus 36. We've only got about one more turn before we can have a food problem here. But let's just have a look here. Yeah, I mean, you've got stores of 71, so I think we'll be okay for one more turn. I just would like one more turn of refurbishment for that unit there, and for this army as well, just to get them both up to full strength before we whack this guy. And he's got lots of skirmishers, not much cav. Axemen, pretty fairly reasonable front line. They've only got an infantry general, and now this one's going to be a tougher proposition because I know it says they're levy hoplites, but if these guys form a battle line, breaking them is going to be very difficult. So, I mean, although technically we've got the army to do it, and actually just do another mission, send you out and see if you can get your last mission. We'll go to the path here again. You'll probably die or something like that. You've got 2 generals, you've got 3. You're 62, you're 54, you're 46, you're 44. Wow, 18,000. Wow. I mean, I'd love in some ways for one of these to actually adopt one of my family members. Let's show deceased. Turn off the deceased so we can actually see how big's this family going. You probably need to get married, but what's the political situation at the moment? It's pretty good. I think the political actions are wearing off. I think maybe we can. Oh, we got a new. I know you're not old enough yet. You just look a bit older than what you actually are. I think you can get married. That will give me another wife to develop skills with. See if we can now give you anything that will. What I'm after is gravitas, authority. Do gravitas per turn. Nothing here. I mean, still not really. I mean, we're creeping up very slowly here. I mean, I'd just love to get back to here.
Ready for battle.
You really need a couple more units. So what can we recruit here? We've got a front line. You're really just a toe-to-toe frontline army. In fact, probably a couple of axemen that can go around the back, and I mean these guys have got pretty good armor penetration. I mean, they don't have a lot of armor. I don't really need any more of these guys. I think we'll just get a couple of carrying axemen into here.
Noble cause requires noble men.
Because working with these units, the front line pins the opposition. How's the cav situation?
We fight for you, my lord.
We got 1, 2, 3, 4. We got an odd unit. Maybe we don't need axemen. No, I don't think we will. What I would like is another 3 turns, and then we'll be able to get those. Can we convert that? I mean, that would give me more money, but I'm not exactly short of money at the moment. I think that can wait to see what else we can build. Right, we've got Koran here, which will give me a bit more cash. I think I am going to send up maybe 3 more food, a tiny bit of Asia. No, we certainly want that. Get up there, get the old. Yeah, we're back down to 61% now. And you can see that that's reflected in our income here. Especially once we start getting to the empire keeps growing. This is why it's quite important. Sorry for the digression. But if you see the Imperium here, at the moment we are Imperium level 4. You see when we hit Imperium level 5, the empire maintenance will increase by another 10%. So truthfully, you need to have a pretty low empire maintenance by the time you reach level 5, level 6. If your empire maintenance is up to 60-70% when you hit level 5, your income will be crippled. So we do really need to keep this down fairly low. In fact, it needs to be a bit better than what it actually is at the moment. And I've lost track of what I was thinking about. Apologies for that. Yep. Almira, okay. Bithynia. Tava, you're okay. So it's Syria here. I think we've got. Actually, this is 5 food. Let's not back down and send you up. And what I'm going to do is go 1 more end turn to set up the attack for this army here. But I just want to start on that end turn because I want to make a change in Syria, which I don't want to forget about. It's one of the downsides of recording Let's Plays, that sometimes it can be a couple of days between the end of when you play and then when you start the next one, and small details like that are very easily forgotten. Okay. Crush the riot. We got technology research trade agreement dissolved by Araba. What's actually happened here then? Oh, it looks like Parthia is pushed in here. That's not good. It's very much like our big war is going to have to be against Parthia. Although, I just had a thought. Where's my character? Who's my new wife? Who's the one who's just got married? Got a job for you. Parthia. I think the other wife is now complete. Yeah, I wonder whether the Parthia will give me Hatra, because they've just taken it and they may not want it, because although you never know, they might give it to me. The IAI can be a little bit kind of eccentric in that area. One thing I have forgotten is Sinope.
Greetings. We are civilized folk, so you may speak as you wish, and we will give you an honest answer.
Got a non-aggression pact with them. We have to cancel the non-aggression.
This is a
and the
bold
trade
decision.
Deal.
A lack of.
I should have done that earlier. And they're not actually at war with anyone. That's going to be a problem. I mean, I'm steadfast, but the problem is if I attack this, it's going to give me a fall in standing. We'll just have to see that. So I can't attack this turn whether I want to or not. So I think what I'm going to do is pull you across to here.
On the move, my
And then we're
lord.
going to slide you back to
My
here.
lord, make haste.
And then what that should do is prevent the... Yeah, it's only -3 now. And this army will still be in striking distance later on to take out this army. And here also refurbish a little bit more. Yeah, a bit of a mess up there. I forgot completely all about the fact that I had to break the trade agreement. This is what I'm after. Is wine, wealth, and see 1250 here. So this is worth a lot more than food. Yep. Unfortunately, it doesn't give any region-wide capabilities, but yeah, I'd forgotten all about that one, so we need that fixed. I mean, I could... Not badly damaged to you. This army's not really big enough to take out that, but they're not going to bother me too much, I shouldn't think. So that's all we can do in this area. 11,915 to go. You've got 2 more turns there. Certainly want that up. Get the culture going even more powerful, because we've still got cultural influences in this area, mainly from roads. We got that going. How's the... Are you recovering now? Yeah. So you've got it, but you've got store supplied 1. So that's going to take a little while to pick up. Actually, I think with Parthia down here, part of me says maybe it's time to build this army up a little bit. Elephants. Elephants, elephants, elephants. Armenian archers here. I mean, ammunition 18, range 193. There's not a lot in them, these, so we'll just take you up. Give you a little bit more capability. And I think we'll just build this front line up. Parthia is just getting a little bit too close for comfort, to be honest. And we're just going to come here. I mean, we've got Tushpa here is... I think got a garrison of 17. I thought it had a full garrison by now. Quran there. Don't think we need to pop any more food. And they come here. 1 more turn and you have finished. Mesopotamia, Parthia there. You're here. I think maybe it'd be advantageous to take this up, just to reinforce this border. If we get into a battle with Parthia, Parthia's going to come through about Jura. You're already level 3 anyway. But I think this is where I'm going to leave it. Hope you enjoyed the episode. Hope you found it interesting. What we will probably have to do is take the diplomatic penalty when we attack here. But until next time, whatever you do, enjoy your gaming.